Imagine a battle, not fought with energy blasts or force fields, but with words, with glances, with the silent, insidious weight of history. Reed Richards, the brilliant Mr. Fantastic, stands amidst the ruins of what was once a grand scientific installation. Debris litters the ground, circuits spark, and the air crackles not just with residual energy, but with a palpable sense of defeat. Yet it wasn't a physical defeat, not truly. Dr. Doom, as always, had simply vanished. But his presence lingered, a shadow stretching across Reed's mind. And in that shadow, a familiar, gnawing ache began to throb. That ache, for Reed, is the perpetual burden of guilt. A guilt born from a single, catastrophic moment years ago in a university lab. A moment that scarred not just Victor Von Doom's face, but warped his very soul, forging the villain we know today. Dr. Doom, the sovereign of Latveria, the technological titan, understands this guilt intimately. He doesn't just remember the accident, he weaponizes it. This is the very core of Dr. Doom's genius, and it extends far beyond his groundbreaking inventions, his mastery of sorcery, or his unparalleled strategic mind. While he is undoubtedly a scientific marvel, his truest, most devastating skill lies in the realm of psychological warfare. His lifelong rivalry with Reed Richards isn't merely a clash of intellects or powers, it's a meticulously orchestrated campaign of mental torment, with Reed's own conscience as the primary target. Doom knows that his very existence is a constant, agonizing reminder for Reed. Every time they meet, every time Doom wreaks havoc, Reed is forced to confront the what-ifs, the self-blame. Could he have prevented it? Was there something more he could have done? This isn't just a fleeting thought, it's a persistent, corrosive undercurrent in Reed's life. And Doom, with a chilling precision, constantly plays on this. He never lets Reed forget the perceived debt, the responsibility Reed inadvertently carries for the creation of the world's greatest threat. From Doom's perspective, their conflict isn't a chaotic brawl, it's an intellectual chess match. And in this game, Doom believes he is always, irrevocably, one step ahead. He doesn't just anticipate Reed's scientific breakthroughs or tactical maneuvers, he anticipates Reed's emotional responses, his moral dilemmas, his inherent good nature. He exploits Reed's compassion, his desire to help, turning Reed's greatest strengths into his most debilitating weaknesses. Imagine the frustration for Reed to constantly face an adversary who not only matches his genius, but weaponizes his empathy. Take a moment to consider the sheer cruelty of this. It's not enough for Doom to best Reed in a physical or intellectual challenge. He seeks to dismantle Reed's very philosophical foundation, to prove that his humanitarian approach is fundamentally flawed, weak, and ultimately ineffective. Reed Richards, the idealist, believes in collaboration, in shared discovery, in science as a tool for universal betterment. His compassion, his empathy, are his greatest strengths, and in Doom's eyes, his most glaring weaknesses. Doom, on the other hand, embodies ruthless ambition. He sees control, singular vision, and unyielding power as the only path to true progress. He believes the chaos of human frailty, of collaborative debate, inherently limits potential. And so, every confrontation isn't just about proving his superiority in intellect or power, but about proving the fundamental superiority of his worldview. He takes immense satisfaction not just in defeating Richards, but in proving that his own philosophy, one of ruthless ambition and absolute control, is not just effective, but right. That Reed's humanistic, collaborative approach to science, with its emphasis on shared ethics and collective good, is naive, inefficient, and ultimately bound to fail when confronted by true, unbridled power. This is why Doom often chooses to escape rather than finish Reed off. A dead Reed Richards ceases to be a source of torment. A defeated, guilt-ridden Reed, however, provides a perpetual wellspring of satisfaction for Doom. It's a calculated, prolonged agony, a constant reinforcing of Reed's deepest fears and regrets. Doom's ultimate triumph isn't a conquered world. It's a Reed Richards who questions his own principles, who doubts the efficacy of his own moral compass. The weight on Reed must be immense. He sees the potential in Doom, the tragedy of what he could have been, and that fuels a desperate hope that he can somehow reach the man beneath the mask to undo the terrible consequences of that fateful lab accident. But Doom crushes that hope again and again, with every calculated taunt, every cold dismissal of Reed's efforts, every act of villainy that serves as a living, breathing testament to Reed's perceived failure. So, the next time you see Dr. Doom on the page or screen, remember that his true genius isn't just in his inventions, his sorcery, or his strategic brilliance. It lies in his profound understanding of the human mind, particularly Reed's mind. He is a master of psychological warfare, and his cruelest gambit is not to destroy Reed, but to perpetually torment him with the burden of his own conscience, proving that perhaps the greatest battles are fought not with fists, but with the insidious weight of guilt. What are your thoughts on this complex rivalry? Do you see other instances of Doom's psychological mastery, or perhaps similar dynamics between other characters? Share your insights and perspectives in the comments below. If you enjoyed this thoughtful dive into the mind of Dr. Doom, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more explorations into the fascinating depths of our favorite characters. Until next time, keep pondering the shadows and the light.